Welcome to the Mercy Project video series. Visiting the imprisoned is one of the acts of mercy that Jesus invites us to in the Scriptures. Today, Ken shares with us his story of how he lives this act of mercy in his life.
Hello, my name is Ken Landlin. I'm a member of St. Anne Church in Byron, California. My wife and I joined St. Anne Church about 11 years ago when we moved here from San Ramon. My ministry here at St. Anne is the Byron Boys Ranch, which is about 1.5 miles away from the church itself. When I first joined St. Anne's 11 years ago, I was looking for something to do, and something, I always felt that it's okay to be good, but ultimately everybody wants to do some good in the world. So I said, how can I help? And I saw this little blurb in the weekly bulletin at church asking for volunteers to help out at the Byron Boys Ranch. I didn't really know what that was, but I made a phone call to the person advertising for some help. And he said, well, come on over on Thursday night at 6 o'clock and you'll see. We're right down the road here, and it's a detention center for 13 to 18-year-old boys from Contra Costa County. And they're sent here for a duration of 3 to 9, 10 months. And we share the Bible with them, spend an hour and a half with them or so, share the upcoming readings of the Sunday Mass that's coming up that weekend, and try to show the relevance of those 5,000 or 6,000-year-old readings to today's life and how it might affect their lives and how I can use it as models. I had a lot of mentors in my young childhood. I grew up in an inner city on the East Coast, and I could have gone a lot of different directions, but I think there were a couple of mentors in my life that got me on the right track. So I thought if I could change one life and do this after doing this for 15 years, it would be well worth it. I'm glad to say about 3 years into this ministry, I was having dinner with my wife and 2 daughters celebrating a birthday, and after dinner the ladies went to the restroom and the busboy came up to me, and the busboy said, "Your name's Ken, right?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "And you used to go to the boys ranch?" And I said, "Well, I still do." He said, "I remember coming there every Thursday night. You may not recognize me, I know a lot of kids go through there, but," he said, "until you guys showed up, I didn't think I was worth much. I didn't know anybody cared about me, and I never knew that Jesus loved me." And then in the middle of the restaurant, he just gave me a big hug, and he said, "Thank you for doing that." Quite frankly, one of the reasons I joined the Boys Ranch ministry, as do many others that follow me there, I had God help me in my life when I was in a terrible situation. At a very low point in my life, God spoke to me and got me unbelievably, like a miracle, out of that situation overnight, literally overnight. And I said at that time, which was about 25 years ago, God, someday I'm going to give back, and I'm going to try to help some children like the people around me are helping children in this hospital where I was looking over where my daughter was very ill. And I saw this opportunity when they asked for volunteers at the Boys Ranch to go in and return the favor, pay back what had been given to me 25 years earlier. As I tell the boys at the ranch, I'm living my life like I want them to, and I'm trying to get an answer to that question on my last day on earth. When God asks me, what did you do to make my world a better place? I want to have some answers. And I think if you don't give back, it's going to be a tough situation, but giving back makes me feel so good that I can help even one boy out of the hundreds I meet at the Boys Ranch. If I just help one boy over the course of 10, 12, 15 years, I think every minute I put into the Boys Ranch would be worthwhile.